Are they going to drop any lower? That is the question that a lot of investors have right now. A lot of people have right now since they have been shown to be pretty low right now. And this is any color stock, of course. This is what happened so far as of this recording on this day that we have their stock market stuff. Everything is here. 2451 yen. This is the lowest. The red line above is where they started out. Before this big drop, basically yesterday or the day before, they were around 3,100, around there, and they dropped severely. They dropped drastically to the point of 2451. As I mentioned in my previous video, the only reason they haven't dropped any lower is because the Tokyo Stock Exchange has a limit on how much legally can be dropped by a stock in a day, and I think that's 700 yen. So this is showing you that Nijisanji stock dropped as much as it could. It could have gotten to maybe 2,000 or even below 2,000 if it had been allowed to. So right now, they're getting questioned quite a bit. So let's take a look at the questions that they got. The questions that are happening for Nijisanji overall. What is the expected constant growth rate if you're growing as a company? Basically, they're asking about growth rate. According to the response here, it's we do not disclose growth rates, so I would like to refrain from sharing specific numbers. My explanation was that we would continue to achieve a certain level of growth. Regarding phases, it has now been 6 years since we started our business, and our business is not a business where we invest billions of yen and recover it several years later. So they've said here they are not going to invest and then try to recover it later. They're not going to invest money into their talents or anything else, and then you get it later like what Cover's doing. Cover does this. They invest heavily in their talents. They invest heavily in technology and other things like that, and then they recover it later, which has worked very well for them. Now, they say cycles are shorter and more frequent. In order to deliver attractive content to our fans, we will hire people, expand the necessary distribution equipment or other equipment, and debut VTubers, and receive feedback from our fans, which will lead to profits. I don't think this would involve long-term, large-scale investment that I would dare to tell you the timing of investment or payback. Basically, they're saying they're not going to be investing big money in anything, really. They're not going to be investing any money into the future. They're not going to be doing these big things like what Cover does with their huge studios, and then, giving their talents a good amount of money, that kind of stuff. They're not going to be involved in that from what it looks like. From what I'm seeing here, they're just saying, no, we want the short-term gains. We don't want long-term goals. We don't want long-term goals. There's the responses from people. It says, Rico only wants quick money, no vision for long-term project. Needy futures grim. In hindsight, it makes sense. He's a 28-year-old dude, started a project in the right time a few months before we all got stuck in our homes watching videos due to a certain virus. He may have been smart in investing into his business, and there's some luck as well due to the particular circumstances we had to live through that boosted its growth, but we have some seasoned businessmen to make long-term plans. He's not a seasoned businessman, that's what he's saying. He's not. He wants the money now. He's like a little kid. He wants the money now. What do you mean? Nijisanji started on 2018 February. COVID only broke out of China in summer 2019. The point I think they're making is that AGN has a history of liquidating because it fits Riku's needs, not the talents. Of course. This other person says for investing, that is one of the worst answers you could give. That is why I think things are going down low. Investors are not happy. It's like they're not thinking of the long term, which is what investors want. Investors do enjoy short-term gains. Absolutely. But if you're an investor, you want long-term security. And this is not it. Regarding the cancellation of Selen Ryugutsu's contract, which is Selen Tatsuki, some of it was disclosed in the IR release, and I think it caused a lot of controversy after that. Could you please tell me the impact of this on the third and fourth quarters? Also, I feel that this is making it even more difficult to develop Nijisanji EN, so please tell me your thoughts. Takuno, which is a CFO, the chief financial officer, is saying it's true that the provision of scheduled content has been postponed. Basically, they postponed a lot of the content because of this whole situation, and we believe that this will be an impact on the schedule. In response to this, we believe that we need to rebuild our relationship with and trust with fans. It's going to be really hard when you don't accept that you made mistakes. By firmly implementing measures that will enliven not only the tournament, I don't know what they mean by tournament, but Nijisanji EN as a whole. I believe the fans who support the VTubers are still firmly supporting us. I press X to doubt on that one. We would like to work restoring relationship of trust and creating content that will please such people. I don't think that's going to be easy. Regarding initiatives related to overseas, the press has reported the cover company has setting up sales office in North America. But could you please tell us more about your company's efforts regarding overseas expansion? In addition to the content, again, Takuno, which is CFO, to the content development that I explained earlier, we need to develop our business from a business perspective, including commerce, licensing, sales, content production, blah, blah, blah. And we need to steadily recruit human resources, not only in North America, but also in Asia, I think. We believe that we need to hire people from a variety of language and cultural areas. So we are currently recruiting people living overseas and employees. We've seen their recruitment. The recruitment kind of sucks. The recruitment is involving just college kids, college level children, and things like that. And that's not really good. That's not really good. It never works out. It'll never work out for them. Most answers to the questions on what the whole thing ends with, we will discuss that info during the year-end financial report. He can't say anything until June, or he'll risk tanking the stock even further, which means that their current situation will definitely tank the stock even further, which means that they're worried. They're very worried. They are very concerned about what's going on. They feel that they cannot let things out or else things will go even worse, which gives you an idea of how bad it actually is. And that is never good for a company when they're that bad. When they're in that bad straits that they can't really let out what they're actually doing, you know you're screwed at that point. Investors asking for real answers, you give them PR speak. They get the hell out of sinking yacht. A lot of them have. Everyone can see that these answers are full on bull S. Yep. Ask simple question, they come up with nonsense as a response. Huge red flags as an investor, absolutely. Reminds me of those videos, for example, of CoffeeZilla. They barely even answered the question. And that's the thing. That's what happens with CFOs and these type of folks. They are going for trying not to worry you, pretty much. Here about M&A being mergers and acquisitions, basically buying out other companies or being bought out by another company. They're saying right here, pretty much, the investors were wondering if they're going to be doing any mergers and acquisitions or be acquired by another company. And they're saying they're going to look into it. They're going to see if it's beneficial for them. You know, the regular corporate speak, pretty much. And here's the shareholders. Rikutazumi has 42% of the company, 582 million yen, which is about $5 million, maybe. Yeah, around $5 million bucks. Maybe a little bit less at this point, maybe $4.5 to $5 million in just stock that he owns. Sony Group owns 73 million yen, which is 3 million equities. 5% stake in Tokyo Marine Asset Management is another 5%, and Yuzuru Honda is another 3%. Sony just divested of VTubers. They aren't buying any color. Yeah, no one's going to buy any color. No one is going to buy any color. Not the way they're going right now. Not the way they've been going in the last year. I don't think anyone actually wants to go into that dumpster fire. That is all I have to say about this matter. And as always, I do appreciate you guys being here. Comment down below. I want to get a little bit of a conversation going, as I always do. I love hearing your guys' takes on things, whether it's like crazy, too much, whatever it is. You let me know. You let me know what you think, and I will respond in kind if I can, and if I'm able to see it. I appreciate you. My socials are down below, as well as something on the screen that you may be interested in looking at. Take a good look, and I hope you appreciate it. Like, subscribe, have a wonderful day, and take care of yourself. Bye-bye.